Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, we're starting off with that view from downtown Salt Lake City. Here at the ABC4 studios, we've got some breezy conditions. You probably noticed the wind. It is out there, and we have been dealing with just a light breeze. Temperatures running slightly below average. All right, you're taking a look at some of the pelicans on the water. This was from the Migratory Bird Refuge up there in Brigham City. Thanks, Cade. We always appreciate you sharing. Great day to be out on the water. And a lot of folks will be saying that for the Pioneer Day weekend. As we look at the temperatures right now, we've got 90s out there, upper 80s in Heber, 92 in Moab, 95 in St. George, and 80s and 90s along the I-15 corridor. Along the Wasatch Front tonight, we'll ease back into the 80s, but dry skies and clear conditions by ABC4 News at 10, 80 degrees. We'll see those numbers cooling off, and then tomorrow warming back up close to average. Average is 96. This is what it looked like down there in Ivins, Washington County, with lots of sunshine, blue skies, and dry skies at that. Overall, it will be a dry holiday, but we do see the chance of a pop-up storm that could bring some gusty winds. Southwest flow noticeable here as you look at the satellite radar. We're watching that cutoff low off the Pacific, high pressure to our east. Lots of smoke. Our southwest flow is actually bringing in some of that smoke. This is Castleton Rock in eastern Utah. So we are getting wildfire smoke plaguing different portions of south central and southeastern Utah. And we're going to look at the reason why. I've got this high resolution model. And believe it or not, it's that Dragon Bravo fire at the Grand Canyon. Thick plumes, our southwesterly winds carrying that over the state line, Highway 89, near Lake Powell into south central Utah, and then all the way up to I-70. So Grand County being impacted. That fire has burnt more than 16,000 acres. It also took out that historic lodge. By 10 o'clock tonight, the smoke kind of pools into south central Utah, but we will see smoke-filled skies sticking around. Now, the winds will start to increase ever so slightly as we get into our Pioneer Day, with the model bringing a line of that smoke along the Wasatch Front by the afternoon hours. So hazy skies are expected, and we could see some impacts in the way of air quality. So the next 24 hours, keeping that smoke in the Beehive State, even though that fire is burning elsewhere. Air quality into tomorrow, moderate along the Wasatch Front for the Wasatch back. On the eastern side of the state, that includes Grand County, even though they've hit the unhealthy category today, and moderate air down south. That's going to be a mix of ozone or elevated particulate matter. Also for our Pioneer Day, a sliver of the state has a general thunderstorm threat. That includes the northern Wasatch Front, northeastern Utah, and southwestern Wyoming. The reason being, well, we get a weak disturbance that's going to graze this portion of the state, and that could bring some high base storm activity. And with dry air at the surface, we're talking about gusty winds. As we look at the future cast, we see some pop-ups here around 6 a.m. So a lot of folks will be out. Maybe you're leaving early. Maybe you're going to hit the reservoir. Maybe you're going to watch the parade. Well, you could get some gusty winds with a possibility of a pop-up providing that lift. As we get closer to lunchtime, the Wasatch back could see maybe a storm or two bubble up, and then northeastern Utah, as well as near Evanston, over the Uintas. If you know someone camping, yeah, they could see a storm roll through. Drier air arrives by the middle of tomorrow, so the latter half of your holiday will be dry, and then the winds really start to pick up Friday and into Saturday. Winds will be the big ticket item when it comes to the forecast for your holiday weekend. That fire danger will be rising. 90s in northern Utah, southern Utah, and then the morning chance before drier air moves in. High pressure cut off low. Let's see how this shakes out. We've got the high pressure allowing for temperatures to be close to average, a chance with that disturbance. The low gets closer. Southwest winds pick up. They begin to increase Friday, breezy. Peak wind on Saturday. That's when we could see that elevated fire risk. We stay dry until the middle of next week as a result. Temperatures for tomorrow are going to be near average, but we haven't hit average in a few days. 94 in Salt Lake, 96 is where we're supposed to be. 97 in Moab, 98 in St. George. Should be a nice holiday. As we look at the next 7 in Washington County, triple digits return Saturday. Blowing dust and just a slight chance of a storm next Tuesday or Wednesday. Here's the Wasatch Front. Those numbers in the 90s where they should be. Could see some gusty winds tomorrow. We'll stay tuned to see if that comes to fruition. Other than that, a little boring.
Looks